Hi, I'm Loren Chatham. My company's Intentional Acting, and I work with working actors who are worried that they're getting passed over and they're not sure why. And what they want is to book more work now and build a reputation of being an in demand actor. So, I want to talk about this thing. It's called the Cloak of Desperation. There's a great speech that Ava DuVernay gave at some independent film, the Spirit Awards, I believe, and she talked about taking off that cloak of desperation. So, how can technique help you take off the cloak of desperation? It's this idea that an actor shows up going begging for the part and wanting to please casting and the director and whatever you want and just tell me what to do and I'll do it and I'm great, and it's just desperate, and nobody wants to hire an actor who is desperate. In fact, one of my students told me, she said, Lauren, the last time I booked a job, I was late and I walked in and I said, you know what, I need to use the toilet. And then they went to the bathroom 5 minutes and came back and she did the job and she booked it. And she said, I think it was because I didn't care. And I'm not going to say didn't care. I'm going to say she kind of took command in a very polite way of the room. And she wasn't desperate. I'm not saying be late and do exactly what she did and that's how you get a job. I'm saying that it's this how you show up in the room with not being desperate. Like, I can live whether I get this job or not, but I'd like to give you, act for you and give you my best, and let's see how this works. You know, a real sense of, and the way that we get that, the way that we give up that desperation, because I know I certainly was an actor with this big, huge cloak of desperation covering me. And and the last thing that I booked was part of the reason because I just jumped out of the shower and I was like, "Hey, how are you guys doing? Yep, there's a Zoom audition." And I was just being me and I was just relaxed, and it didn't matter if I got the job. And I got it. And so we're more relaxed when we let go of that pressure off ourselves. What does this have to do with technique? Well, intention. So what happens is, if our main objective or intention is to please the director or the casting director or the other person, that's what shows up in the scene. And it overrides the intention that our character has in that scene. So pay attention to that. And one of the first things to do is just to notice when you're getting desperate, and notice when those and notice how much you need other people's feedback or approval. And you can just do that in your personal life too, just noticing that. And so awareness is the first step, noticing that desperation. And then thinking about when you're in that scene, when you're acting, notice, am I wanting to please the other person? Is that my intention, or is my intention in what it is in the scene, what my objective, my intention is in the scene, based on the script? So, and just notice that and be aware of it, so that once you have that awareness, now you can say, okay, I now see that I'm trying to please this person, and what I'm really going to do is just focus on making that other person in the scene the most important person in the scene, and getting my intention for the scene from them. So when you can start to, first of all, take the desperation out before you approach the room. Second, take the desperation out of even in your personal life and how you want to please other people, and just noticing those things. And then third, really focusing on the intention of the character in the scene and working so hard to get the other person, the reader in the scene, to give you that intention that you stop caring about what other people think about you. It's a challenge. It takes practice. If there's any way I can help you, please just reach out. You can leave me a message at Loren@IntentionalActing.com, or you can just leave a comment below. Good luck, and let go of the cloak of desperation.